Yo, what up? It's your boy UBEZERK, aka Shogun UBEZERK. And listen, man, the Battlefield devs are 100% listening to us, and that is great, right? Here's the thing, they have nerfed that dog shit movement into the ground, and they have even made some gun changes because they said, listen, the way that the game is being played right now, it is not in our image. And I had a feeling about this. I was in the middle of making a video, and I was like, listen, man, it seems like they're taking so much influence, or it seems like there's too many COD kids coming over asking for dumb shit. I heard somebody ask for a revive pin, and I've been seeing movement videos of like parkour, and it's like, go play Mirror's Edge. Go play Mirror's Edge. They have seen that, and they have slapped that shit down. They have nerfed the movement, making it more Battlefield-esque, and they have nerfed the weapons as well. Here's the thing with Battlefield, right? I'm not trying to gatekeep Battlefield. Come in, enjoy the game, have a good time. But this is the thing, when you go over to somebody's house, you don't touch the goddamn thermostat. Call of Duty players should come in and simply enjoy Battlefield for what it is. And if you can't do that, hey, listen, they dropped a trailer for your new mobile game, Call of Duty 7. It's gonna be out soon. So after the beta, it looks like they made a bunch of meaningful changes to kind of get that feeling back for some people who are still on the fence, right? I was talking to one of my boys and he said, listen, man, this is great. This beta is good, but it still feels a little bit like Battlefield 2042 to me. And I think he was talking about the move, but we kind of went on and agreed that, like, listen, it's kind of like an 80-20 split, somewhere around there. 80% of the ones that we love, the Battlefield 3 and 4, it feels like that. And then the 20% feels like the movement from Battlefield 2042. And I was scratching my head because I'm like, when I played it before I spoke with him, I'm like, man, something about this feels different. And I'm just like, maybe it's the way that we play shooters these days. The sliding and all that type of stuff, maybe it's just going to be a little bit more fast-paced regardless, because of how the way we play shooters and how it's evolved over time. Here is the list of changes, which I think is honestly in the right direction. So let's go over it right now. And before I forget, shout out to Battlefield Bulletin, because that is where we're getting the list of these changes. So community update on Battlefield 6 open beta, key learnings and add-in changes, right? Talk about the weapons. DICE is making a general pass on recoil and tap fire characteristics across all weapons. They've made changes to encourage more controlled tap fire and burst firing. So they changed that up. That's going to be huge, making that a little bit more meaningful. This is going to be good. The M87A1 shotgun now requires more pellets to secure a kill. You little shitters were going crazy on these maps with that shotgun. They're investigating the time to kill in the time to death experiences. I was stuck on the field with TTK. People were saying it felt really good, but there's no way I empty a clip from an assault rifle to somebody running across the street and they don't die. I had a lot of instances where I was like, oh, is this guy not dead? Why is this guy not dead? You know, maybe that's going to go in the right direction here. I don't see how they can add more TTK on there. I think that would just kind of ruin it, especially with the changes that they're going to be doing to the recoil. Movement. All right, so momentum, especially horizontal speed, carried from a slide into a jump, has been reduced. Perfect, because you little shitters are doing parkour. This is not Call of Duty. Go play Call of Duty. There is now a greater penalty for consecutive jumps, which lowers jump height when jumps are spam. So no bunny hopping either, shitters. All right, again, go back to Fortnite and go back to Call of Duty. All right, next one. Firing when jumping or sliding will result in increased accuracy. This one should be a big one. Parachute physics have been retuned with reduced initial acceleration when opening the parachute for more controlled aerial movement. Oh, that's pretty good. Maps. Siege of Cairo and Iberian offensive rooftops exploit has now been fixed. I apologize if I pronounced that wrong. If I did, I know you guys are going to be in the comments like, actually, the assault class won't be able to access these areas through roofs. Listen, have fun on the ground with the rest of us, you shitters, exploiting that spot. There's always been exploits in Battlefield maps, but you guys were kind of being OD with it. And that is the downside of YouTube and people making videos to exploit these exploits. As a part of the upcoming Battlefield's lab testing, DICE will be testing two new, actually, let's go back up to this. Assault class won't be able to access these areas through their ladder gadget. They are going to be having a ladder. This is crazy. I didn't even know that they were going to be having a ladder, but I mean, that could be interesting. That could be interesting. Okay, let's go on to the next part. As part of the upcoming Battlefield Labs testing, DICE will be testing two new large multiplayer maps, one set in Mirak Village, the biggest map at launch. So it should be pretty vehicle friendly, pretty good for conquest. The others a remake of the fan favorite from Battlefield 3, Operation Firestorm. Oh my God, I love Operation Firestorm. Hey, Operation Firestorm is going to be amazing. You guys watch. If you've never played on Operation Firestorm for Battlefield 3, you are in for a surprise. These two maps include the full complement of vehicles like Liberation Peak, along with more vast combat space. All right, next, let's move on to modes. Rush. DICE says player count will still be limited to 12v12 in an all-out warfare to improve the flow in combat and restore the tactical, methodical experience that defines the mode. Portal will allow players to experiment with different player counts at launch. Breakthrough. DICE is making a map-by-map balance adjustment towards their goal of 50-50 win ratio for both attackers and defenders. 64p is still the sweet spot. The approach to player counts at launch. Some breakthrough layouts will support 48 players mainly on dense maps, while others will have 64 players on open dynamic maps. Why? Because of the balance and feel for each scenario. You can change the player count again through Portal. This would be a good one for new players coming into the game that just want that fast-paced action. Team deathmatch, squad deathmatch, domination, and King of the Hill will support 8v8. Playlist options. Playing with both open and closed weapons will continue to be options in Battlefield 6. DICE is looking for ways to keep them easily accessible. So if you don't know what that is, open weapons is basically you can choose any weapon that you want with any class. Closed weapons is basically you're stuck to the traditional, like, you know, sniper has a sniper. Okay, and DICE is aware of the challenge of capturing sectors, and Breakthrough or Rush during weekend 2 was a headache for players, and they're using community feedback and in-game data to review and improve the matchmaking system with the goal of providing a smoother experience in the future. So that was the changes, and there are a lot of changes, but if you want to see the official post that BF Bulletin made, you can go see that on X. I'm excited for the changes, especially the weapons and the movement. Very excited. I was seeing some videos, people parkouring, playing Mirror's Edge. Get that stinky shit out of here, all right? Get that stinky shit out of here. That is not Battlefield. And I am interested to see how the weapon changes and the movement changes are going to feel at launch. Because I don't think there's any more, if I'm not mistaken, there's not any more. I think if you pre-ordered, you get it earlier, you could test some stuff out. But for the most part, I think that was it, right? So now I have to go back and jump into Battlefield 2042 to get these skins, and it is a pain to go back and play that because, I mean, although I had fun with it up until I played Battlefield 6, and now I see the difference is like night and day. I was like, oh, Battlefield 2042 is not as bad, right? And I enjoyed it. But shit, after I played Battlefield 6, man, I don't know. It's very hard to go back to it. But yeah, it's your boy UBEZERK, aka Shogun UBEZERK. What do you think of the changes? Are you upset if you're a COD fan? If so, get dunked on. And be sure to check out this video right here because YouTube thinks you'll like it.